Here's part 2 of my Shou Shou LAng brand series. And the next line I love are the Grayskull brushes with ebony handles on the left here. They have gold ferrules too, and these were on sale last year and seem to have been limited edition as they sold out and haven't restocked. I have two brushes from the line, the KA152 and the KA153. I don't remember which brush is which, but I believe this is the 152, the round one right here. The Grayskull hair quality feels like Chikuhodo and other Kumano Fude Grayskull. It's soft and applies product nicely. This is my favorite, obviously, because it's round and I love round brushes. It's softer and denser than the Chikuhodo RC2. Let's see here. You can see that. Excuse my thumb accident, like I said in my other video. Yeah, I also like the touch of the Chinese character right here on the handle. It says Lang in Chinese, so it's the last character of Shou Shou Lang's brand name. It's a nice touch. Also, I am a huge fan of their ebony handles. They're curved, so they feel ergonomic. I think that's the way that they just design them, and they're just really nice overall. I love this line. I did want to buy like the powder brush from it, but the powder brush costs a lot more compared to the other face brushes, like the cheap brushes and stuff like that. I don't know why, but yeah, these cost around $30-something each, which is around the same pricing as the RC2. The RC2 is like, depending on the exchange rate, it can go anywhere up to like $43 or something like that. But when the exchange rate is good, it's like 39 or 37. So yeah, I would say they're around the same price range. And I do really like the overall look and the quality of the hairs. So Shou Shou Lang did a great job with that line. And the next line I'll be talking about are the vermilion, I just touched, no, just ruined it. Okay, the vermilion line in the middle right here. Shou Shou Lang has their own line that's, equivalent to the Hakuhodo vermilion line, except it has cute rounded handles on the bottom, so the bottom doesn't chip like the Hakuhodo ones, and that's the one thing that drives me crazy about Hakuhodo. Like, if they would just not have that slant, it would be so much better, because you put it in your brush holder or your cup or whatever, and then just chips immediately, and then which means that you have to like lay it flat, and yeah, whatever, stuff like that. So the inconsistency in the bundling of this line is the most apparent. There are both undyed and dyed hairs in the line. Let's start off with the S105. I have two of them. They are right here. And the S105 is a flat tapered brush which resembles the MAC 217, but it's very pointy at the tip. The other one that I have is even pointier, and they're made out of undyed Psychohol. I like this brush for a sheer wash of color on the lids, and this one. So this other one has the worst, it has a worse gradient than the other. I'm not sure if you can tell here, the lighting is like washing it out, but as you can see, the one on the right, it's concave on one side, just like the MO2 from the Fuchsia line. It just, the hair gradient, the bundling, it's just not good on that brush in particular. And then, I liked it, so I bought another one, and I found out that it wasn't supposed to be that way. So that's the M105, and then next one we have is the S106. It's similar to the MAC 239, also made out of dyed undyed Psychohol, and the density is somewhere in between the MAC 239 and the Hakuhodo J004G. I didn't bring out the Hakuhodo one, but I did bring out the MAC brush to show you. So as you can see, here's the face profile, and then the side. It's like, it's all washing it out. Okay. Anyways, it's a lot softer than the MAC 239, and it has similar softness to the Hakuhodo one. It's fluffier too than the other two brushes and does a good job at laying down color. Next up we have the S107. This is a domed dyed Sokoho blending brush. I didn't think I would like this or like think that it would work for me since I have small hooded eyes, but it works and I do like it. There's one scratchy hair in it though, so I would only use it during the warmer months. And I was expecting it to be a lot larger than it actually is because I don't know, like the photo online made it look really big, but it's not actually that big. Okay, so the line on the right is the synthetic T line with the long pink, hot pink handles right here. They're like extremely long. The handles are a lot longer than any of the other lines, and I like the pink color. It matches well with the gold ferrule. The hairs feel exactly like the synthetic brushes from Sephora. They're soft, and I just wanted to try some out for fun since they cost a lot less than the Sephora ones. This huge fluff ball here is the T101. I've seen that people use this for foundation, but I would only use it for powder since it eats the foundation. It's so freaking dense that your foundation just like, I don't know, it just like drops down and it eats it. Yeah, it's very, very dense and huge. Very soft. Very big. Okay. Next one is the, I think this is the T103. It doesn't actually say on the brush. The other ones, and the Vermilion series don't say either. Oh, okay, actually none of these say the brush number. Yeah, it just looks like this. It's like a flat blush or powder brush. I guess just need to. Yep, the hairs are probably also very similar to Morphe brushes since they're all made in China. Okay, and then the last one we have is the T104. I would deem this as a multi-purpose brush. It's a lot smaller than the other two, and the shape allows you to do many things, which is great. You could do like, you can use it for highlight, set smaller areas of face, contour. I think this is a really great brush. I may have tried to use it for blush and it didn't work, but like, yeah, for highlight and other things, it works really well. Mine is called the White Jade series, which have white handles and gold ferrules. Funny thing is that Shou Shou LAng labels the line as Jade White Fat, which is the reverse order of the Chinese name. Pretty sure they just use Google Translate. Some of the face brushes in the line are very reminiscent of Hakuhodo and Wayne Goss brush shapes. The Chinese reviews compare them with Wayne Goss brushes because the Shou Shou LAng ones are also tea-dyed, Saikoho. The brushes are all incredibly soft, a little less soft than Wayne Goss tea-dyed brushes, but still soft enough for sensitive skin. My favorite in the line is the B317, which is this middle one right here. It's a powder brush with a concave side, just like the MO2 from the Freesia line. So as you can see on the side, like this one and the MO2 was not a mistake, or it's not just due to bad bundling. This is how they designed the brush. It's very dense, and so the way that the hairs are bundled makes the brush feel softer than a round pom-pom powder brush like the B302 right here. So this one is a round pom-pom on the left, you know, so I would use this like this on my face perpendicularly. And the B317 I would use like this, the concave side on my face, and it makes it feel a lot softer than just using the head tip of that. And yeah, so the one in the middle right here, I don't know if you can see the hair quality. Okay, so I got two cheek brushes. So this is the B304 and the B305. The B304 is similar to the Wayne Goss 12 and Hakuhodo Jade 5543, but I don't have them to compare. I've just read about how similar they are and seen photos online. This is a very dense blush brush. As you can see, like this. Very soft, but Wayne Goss tea-dyed hair is still softer. And the B305 is a tapered pom-pom brush that I'm still trying to figure out how to use because it has like this really pointed tip right here. And also it has a very fat body. So it's not like the Hakuhodo J5521 where mine isn't that tapered and it has a thinner body, so it's easier to use for highlight. This one is a lot bigger. I tried to use this with blush and bronzer and it didn't apply that well, so yeah, still trying to figure it out. I do like it though. And I don't have the B303, but it's supposedly similar to the Wayne Goss 11, and I don't own that either. The eyeshadow brushes are not brushes that I would recommend to people who use like what kind of eyeshadows, like harder pressed eyeshadows, because these hairs are very smooth to the point that it's difficult to pick up product. I would recommend the eyeshadow brushes to be used with soft products like Japanese eyeshadow formulas and Visay art shimmers, like so Japanese eyeshadow formulas like let's see, like Cape by Kanebo and Visay and like Addiction, Suku, and stuff like that. Like these hairs are very smooth, and you know, the smoother and softer the hair, sometimes they don't pick up product very well. In the instance of Grayskull, they released a Kokatan line last year with dyed Psycho Canadian Squirrel, Weasel, Synthetic, and Grayskull hairs. The handles have a nice weight to them and are good quality. So let me just choose like this one. You can, as you can see, oops, I keep forgetting about my thumb and I'm trying not to like include it in the video, but sorry if it grosses you guys out. Yeah, I really like how it has a good weight to it. It feels good, and it's not, and the quality, the Koktan quality is pretty good. It's not bad. Like the Yojiro ones I saw in Japan, I didn't really like them at all. They felt lighter than the Hakuhodo ones, and they were just like really gross looking, but I did feel the displayed ones, which have been touched a million times. Okay, so the Grayskull eye brushes from this line are nice and soft. So here's one. I literally forgot the names for all of these except for this one. Yeah, this is a round Grayskull brush, so very nice, very soft. And then the next one I have is, I thought this would be round too, but it's actually like flat. So I guess I could use it for like inner corner highlight and lower lash line, but I don't really do anything to my lower lash line. It's really small. Okay, and then the Canadian Squirrel eyeshadow brush right here is lower quality than the Japanese brands, but it's still soft enough to use. I don't think it's a great eyeshadow brush for laying down eyeshadow though. So it's like tapered side. Soft, it's still soft. Okay, and then the last one is, I remember this name because I got it as a gift. Thank you so much if you're watching. Okay, so this one is W205, and I had it on my wish list for like a month or two. Yeah, I think like a month. And this is the Grayskull cheek brush in that line. And for some reason, the hairs are a lot less, I wouldn't say they're like a lot less soft than the eyeshadow brushes, but they don't feel as silky and as smooth. It feels kind of, it's not, okay, so it's not as rough as like the Lunasol cheek or the RMK cheek, but it just doesn't really feel conditioned, if that makes sense. Like, imagine your hair if you took a shower and only used shampoo versus if you use shampoo and conditioner. So like all the great other Grayskull eyeshadow and cheek face brushes, whatever, from any other like company, and these, they feel conditioned, but this one just doesn't feel conditioned at all. The hair, the hair quality isn't as good as the other Grayskull brushes, and I have one that like the hair right here just, it's like snapped. I don't know, it came like this, but look, do you see that like white thing right there? It snapped. So yeah, I do still like it though. It's dense, and I'll compare it to the Z4 right now. Here's the Chikuhodo Z4. It's denser than the Z4. So I love me some dense cheek brushes and Squirrel. Yeah, okay, so I've spoken about their red Squirrel brushes in my red Squirrel brush video. So if you're interested, I'll link it below. And thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.